Hey guys, this is video number 2, and today we are going to talk about that viral new trending word, living room kids. It's like a 500,000 on Instagram, like 70,000 on TikTok, and I think you guys liked it on YouTube Shorts. It was like 12,000 views or something like that, and that's good, right? I'm new to YouTube. So, did you know that the living room can be the perfect place to teach your kids about boundaries? Let's talk about why home discussions are vital. And if you have a living room kid, shout out to you because you're doing something right as a parent. So let's get into it. So, if you don't know me already, I'm Amber Gonzalez. I am a mother, a wife, and a licensed professional counselor. I own my own private practice. I'm a trauma therapist, and today we're diving into how teaching safe touch and boundaries starts right in our homes. Okay. The comments in the videos were so serious. It was like, yeah, I used to be in the living room until my stepdad came home. I used to be in the living room until the person that SA'd me came home. I used to be in the living room until or somebody wrote, actually, I used to stay in my room not because I felt safe, because I would avoid the person that was SAing me by going into my room. So that is significant. Importance of having these family discussions at home because our children are most comfortable or should be most comfortable at home. This is where they can express themselves freely. When we start the dialogue about safe touch here, we can create a safe space for them to learn. Okay, so if your kid feels safe intellectually, emotionally, and physically, more than likely you got a living room kid. And sorry if you see me in my daughter's nursery right now, she's asleep. She just turned 1. I have 4 kids, and she has been all over the place. So this is the second that I had to do this video. And I'm really trying to build my channel to get the prevention out there when it comes to SA. So like and subscribe, share it. Thank you so much. Now let's get into it. So let's talk about creating an open environment, right? So we want to have a casual setting in our home where our kids can come, a nice clean area. So like in my living room, we don't have a TV. It's like a clear minimal space. We don't have any like a bunch of crap in there at all. So the goal is to make sure it's a nice clean setting, and you could even do like family games and snack time, like family game night, that's more structured. But like when you do snacks, where you have like some fruit and stuff like that, you can have that open concept in there and it really is going to congregate all your kids to one area. So that would be like a really cool idea. So to get your kids all together, bring out some handy dandy snacks. They'll be right in that living room. So some words that you can use to encourage, some questions that I recommend as a trauma therapist would be to make it a part of your everyday conversation. Ask them what they think about personal space during family activities so you can know that they're actually understanding, right? So again, like I said in my last video, when I pick up my kid from school, I always say, "How was your day?" And they'll say, "Oh, it was cool." And I'm like, "Okay." So anything that happened that shouldn't have, and then they'll say, "Oh, no." And if something did, then they would tell me. Like there was an example of like a nap time at one of my son's school that something inappropriate happened with another kid at nap, and my son was actually the one that saw it and reported it to the teacher, and he told me immediately. And I got to follow up with the school about what he had told me to make sure that they follow the protocols. So like that's an example of having those everyday conversations about personal space and anything as far as like inappropriate that happen. Because again, this is not a one-time conversation. These are So let's get into some common myths and misconceptions when it comes to talking to your kid about safe and unsafe touch. Okay, so some parents come to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to scare the kid if I tell them about it." No, you're not going to scare them at all. You are going to educate them and you're going to empower them and you are going to lower their risk of being SA'd. So a predator is going to look for a kid that has no clue about boundaries, that has no clue about what their private areas are called scientifically. They are going to look for the weakest parent. Okay, so you're not going to scare your children. You are going to empower them by doing this, and you're also going to lower the risk of being SA'd. A lot of people come to me and their kids have already been SA'd. All right. And this is still important to teach. After your child has been SA'd, you still need to talk about what safe and unsafe touch is moving forward. Because what I do see is sometimes the victim can become a perpetrator themselves because they're mimicking that behavior. So that's always important for me to tell my clients that it's never okay for you to do it to someone else. And likelihood of a victim of SA being victimized again is high. So we always want to teach safe and unsafe touch even after someone was touched. Okay. So many parents, again, they worry about, am I going to scare them? The truth is, no, you're going to empower them. It is scarier to not, because once your child's SA'd, it's a whole lot of natural consequences from that. Okay. So other myths could be, oh, I could just wait for the school to teach them. The school's not teaching what you want to teach. The school may sugarcoat it. The school may not use proper terms, and the school may wait till they're in eighth grade. So a lot of my clients, they don't even realize they were S8 until their first health class. So we want to start teaching this as early as potty training. Okay. Very important for you to not depend on the school to teach your children about safe and unsafe. And some of the people in the school are doing the unsafe touching. Okay. So we definitely don't want to mix that in there. Um, okay. And it's not a scary thing, it's education. So the ABCs of Safe and Unsafe Touch ebook that I just came out with, the goal is to do hard copies for Christmas or the holidays. And I want to provide these resources to parents, pediatricians, and teachers. So some examples of my ebook is really designed to guide through these conversations with ease. I want to make the insecure, scared parent to more secure and clear and concise. Okay. It's going to offer practical scripts, scenarios, age appropriate language, and also parent appropriate language and clear pictures. This is going to teach the parent and the kid to be confident. There should be no confusion after you read this book. And that is what the reviews are saying, which I'm very happy about. Because if you go on Amazon and look up Safe and Unsafe Touch and look at those reviews, a lot of people are saying this is confusing. I still don't know what safe and unsafe touch is. They're not even using the correct term for private areas. It's very ambiguous. All right. So if you want to check that out, that's going to be in the link below. So let's get into some real life scenarios, some some examples that I have seen. I have helped many families who use a simple game to teach their kids about boundaries and make it fun and memorable. So you could do head, shoulders, knees, and toes in order to teach the private area. Also, you can do role play of scenarios of what if someone crosses your boundaries? Do you share secrets with other adults? Those type of things. You can have those discussions with them. That's really positive. And in this game that you shouldn't want your kids to play is this truth or dare game. It's like truth or dare back in the day. Like, yeah, we used to play that in the 90s, but this truth or dare game is like sinister. It's like the predator's dream, especially when they're on like Roblox and stuff like that, doing all types of crazy truth or dares. And these kids aren't realizing that it's not a game that they're playing. It's actually a way to manipulate the children. But that's a whole nother reel or a whole nother um, YouTube video. Okay. So thank you guys for being on here as long as you have. Don't forget to comment below any questions that you have so I can answer them on the next video. And I encourage the viewers here that are engaged. If you found this video helpful, I want you to check out my ebook link below for some tips and strategies, clear and concise and to the point, but in a gentle way. And again, hard copies are our goal. This just launched last week, and we sold multiple copies with good reviews. I want to thank you guys, my audience, my day ones, and I invite you to subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and let's create a safer world for our kids together. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you. Until next time, day ones.